I want to tell you about a story I've been following closely, but first I want to go back to 1983 and talk about Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara was a military captain who became president during a coup in what was then the Upper Volta of West Africa. Thomas Sankara was an anti imperialist and refused loans from organizations such as the International Monetary Fund. First, he sold off government officials expensive Mercedes and replaced them with cheaper vehicles. And he built schools and hospitals. He implemented a mass vaccination program to reduce the cases of measles, meningitis, and yellow fever. He's the first African leader to install women into major cabinet positions as well as recruit women in the military. He limited his own possessions to a car, a Renault, four bikes, three guitars, a refrigerator, and a broken freezer. He renamed the country Burkino Faso, which means Land of the Incorruptible People. He himself wrote the country's national anthem. Unfortunately, on October 15, 1987, he was killed during a coup. 6 months after his death, Ibrahim Traore was born in Banduke, Burkina Faso. He attended primary school in his hometown and secondary school in Bobo Dioulasso, the country's second largest city. He attended Ouagadougou University, where he studied geology and graduated with honors. After that, he joined the army, where he was quickly recognized by senior officers and sent for anti-artillery training in Morocco. Later, he was promoted to lieutenant, and then he joined United Nations military forces to fight an insurgency in Mali. Later, he was stationed in Burkina Faso, where he was promoted to captain. In January of 2022, there was a coup led by Paul Henry Sandiego. Initially, the military supported the new government, but the government didn't support the military very well, and often troops in rural areas didn't receive their pay on time. And in September of 2022, there was a 150 truck convoy full of food headed towards the city of Chipo that had been under siege for 18 months. It was overtaken by jihadists and 37 soldiers were killed. This angered a lot of the military, and Traore led a coup against and overthrew Damiba. On January of 2023, the government suspended the Paris Military Accord and gave the French troops 1 month to leave the country. And then in July of 2023, Traore attended the African-Russian Summit in St. Petersburg, Russia. There, Putin announced that he would be sending free shipments of grain to Africa. Traore expressed his gratitude, but stated his intent that someday Africa would become food secure. Ibrahim Traore is the only president to have achieved over 80% of his promises. He's built a hydroelectric dam to increase people's energy supply and reduce dependence on fossil fuels, as well as providing a lot of water. Work is underway for a Burkina Faso-Ghana railroad to connect the two countries. Burkina Faso grows a lot of tomatoes, yet tends to import a lot of tomato products, so they've built a tomato processing plant. And Burkina Faso is one of the leading countries producers of gold. So they've built a gold refinery to keep the wealth in the country. Traore has given 400 tractors to farmers and provides quality seed and fertilizer to farmers at subsidized cost. And in 2024, the country received 100 armored vehicles and two Turkish-made Bayrak at TB2 drones. Thomas Sankara had said, "You can kill the revolutionary or the person, but you cannot kill ideas." Many people see Ibrahim Traore as the reincarnation of Thomas Sankara, and there are a lot of similarities between them. They are both Pan-Africanists, a movement that promotes solidarity between Africans and those of African descent. They were both military captains who came to power during a coup at approximately the same age. They were both religious men, and they both refused loans from organizations such as the International Monetary Fund. Traore himself has expressed his intent to finish the work began by Thomas Sankara.